So I feel that talking about success is completely a big waste of time. Instead, let me tell you very honestly, whatever happened to me happened because I've always been terrified of failure. I don't want as much to succeed as much as I don't want to fail. I come from a very normal, lower middle class family. We were quite poor actually, and let me tell you, poverty is not an ennobling experience at all. Poverty entails fear and stress and sometimes depression. I watched my parents go through this several times. At an early age after my parents died, I equated poverty with failure. I just didn't want to be poor. So when I got a chance to act in films, it wasn't out of any creative desire, I say this honestly. It was purely out of the fear of failure and poverty. Most of the films I signed were discards of better-known actors, and the producers could not find anyone else to do them. I did them all to make sure that I was working to avoid unemployment. The timing or something was right, I worked very hard, there were other people around it, and I became a big star. The films became big hits, which means sometimes our success is not the direct result of our actions, and let nobody tell you that. Success sometimes just happens, really. It is accidental, and we have to take credit for it. I do it sometimes sheerly out of embarrassment. So I believe the true path to success is through the fear of failure. If you aren't scared enough of failing, you're unlikely to succeed. It's not pleasant to fail, it's tough. All of us experience it. You will too, if you haven't already. So use it to succeed. How I've done is, a few points I'd like to say. Firstly, it's not the absence of failure that makes you succeed. It is your response to failure that actually helps to buffer the reverses that you experience. I personally have one response to failure: pragmatism. A recognition and belief that if one approach does not work, then the other will or might. Failure also gives me an incentive to greater exertion, harder work, which invariably leads to later success in most cases. Repeated failure has taught me to stop pretending I'm someone else. It's given me the clarity to stick to things that really matter to me instead of distracting me from my core. Failure also gets you to find who your real friends are. The true strength of your relationships only gets tested in the face of strong adversity. Overcoming some of my failures has made me discover that I have a strong will and more discipline than I suspected. It has helped me to have confidence in my ability to survive. Failure is an amazing teacher. There's a well-known story of this very successful man, and a reporter asked him, "Sir, how is it that you always succeed?" And he said, "Right decisions." He said, "How do you make right decisions?" And he says, "Experience." He says, "How do you get so experienced?" He said, "Wrong decisions and failure." So do fail, and it's all right to fail. You have to know and learn that life is not just a checklist of acquisitions, attainments, and fulfillments. Your qualifications and CVs don't really matter. Instead, life is difficult and complicated and beyond anyone's control. The humility to know it will help you survive its vicissitudes. But I don't want to sound dark. My hope for all of you is that you retain a lifelong love of learning, that you never cease to dream exciting and inspiring dreams. Don't be afraid of being afraid. Be afraid of not facing your fears and failures.
What an inspiring video that, right? Hello and welcome to this beautiful, magnificent setting today. I am Shruti. Once again, I'm introducing myself. मतलब ये कैसे कमाल की चीज़ हो रही है, right? I am standing here and everybody's looking on the other side. But well, when your competition is with Shah Rukh Khan, you don't mind, do you? So we're just about to start the evening. Of course, we are at the prestigious Sharjah International Book Fair. And I would like to start by taking this opportunity to thank His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, the ruler of Sharjah, for his initiative to create Sharjah International Book Fair. One of the 3 largest in the world today. And this year, it is the largest book fair. We are the next big thing, aren't we, guys? Yes, and that is why the who's who of Bollywood is here today. The who that actually matters to us is here today. Now, what are we here for? Sabko pata hai yaar, what are we here for? That is absolutely right. Now let me tell you that we are here for Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, but we are also here to honor him, to show him how much we, the Arab world, loves him, how much we want him to be here, shoot all his movies in the UAE, and maybe just come on the stage as soon as possible, right? Yeah. Let's hear it for Shah Rukh Khan once again. We're getting to it. We will get to it. Let me tell you now a little bit about the award. He is going to be the first ever recipient of this award, which is the main reason why we have joined Mr. Shah Rukh Khan here today. It's an iconic award, an award that represents love for him, an award that represents respect for him from the Arab world, from us Desis, and everyone around the globe. As much as Bollywood represents India, Shah Rukh Khan embodies everything that is India for the Arab world. The charm, the love, the wit, the humility, the passion, the success. We are all looking forward to spending this evening in his presence today. Now, let me tell you that this video that you just watched is actually from my personal collection. Whenever I am feeling demotivated or a little dejected, this video that I just played for you, the fear of failure, is what I watch. And I hope it can become a part of your life as well. Whenever you are feeling down, you can watch it because Shah Rukh Khan is talking to you, bro. It cannot get better than that, right? All right, so now, before we get him on the stage and we honor him with all our hearts, let's have a quick look at his journey as well. It's been 3 decades of Shah Rukh Khan. 1992, his first movie came. Which one was his first movie again? That is absolutely right, of course, and since then he has been the Badshah of Bollywood for us. Let's have a quick look at the stardom, the massive fan following, and the journey that inspires everyone around the globe right here.
I'm from Delhi. मेरा जो पहला घर था डीडीए कॉलोनी में।
आपके वालिद साहब क्या चाहते थे कि आप क्या बने?
उन्होंने कभी ऐसा बोला नहीं, लेकिन एक दो बातें बोलते थे, काम करो और ना करो तो वो भी ठीक है, क्योंकि जो कुछ नहीं करते वो कमाल करते हैं।
वो दिल्ली से आया है, उसने टीवी किया है और टीवी करने के बाद इस मुकाम पर पहुंचा है। आपसे बहुत सारे इनको शाहरुख खान
इन्होंने जो मॉल बनाया है उसमें हम अपनी छोटी दुकान चला रहे हैं।
He was standing on Marine Drive and he said, you know, one day I'm going to rule the city. And he said, yeah.
Is your competition also younger actors like Ranveer, Imran?
I've not come here to compete. I've come here to rule.
मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि और किसी के साथ रोमांस नहीं कर सकते जैसे शाहरुख रोमांस करता है। मतलब उनका नाम ही रोमांस है।
प्यार दोस्ती मुझे सबसे ज्यादा पसंद तुम्हारी ये आंखें।
मैं यहाँ तुम्हें अपनी दुल्हन बनाने के लिए आया हूँ और तुम्हें यहाँ से ले जाऊंगा तभी जब तुम्हारे बाबूजी खुद तुम्हारा हाथ मेरे हाथ में देंगे।
उनके स्वभाव में, उनके काम करने के तरीके में एक बहुत ही सहूलियत है, एक बहुत ही मंझे हुए कलाकार हैं वो।
The most hard-working human being. Forget an actor or a hero. I think Shah Rukh's energy is what is his most appealing quality.
My reason of becoming an actor.
यहाँ पे तो शाहरुख खान is my favorite. My inspiration.
हम जैसे इंसान जो कोई सिनेमा से मतलब नहीं है,
Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. Mr. Shah Rukh Khan.
उसने इस जगह पे खड़े होकर
I'll work so hard that I make sure that all of you get some smiles when you see my film.
ये आज की बात नहीं शाहरुख, 22 साल पहले जब आपकी अदालत में आए थे तो मुझे ध्यान है उस समय आपने कहा था कि
What is better is to say that you are the best, not bother about others. मैं कभी कंपैरिजन नहीं करता. आप जैसे हैं वैसे हैं. आप बहुत ही बढ़िया हैं. आप ग्रेटेस्ट हैं. लेकिन सबसे थोड़ा सा बेटर हैं.
अभी भी आप मानते हैं कि अगर सबसे बड़ा है तो वो शाहरुख खान है.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Shah Rukh. He's an excellent actor.
Through his film work, he is known now as a global icon.
giant movie star, perhaps the world's biggest movie star.
Mega global superstar. Forbes called him one of the biggest movie stars in the world.
The world's biggest movie star.
One of the world's biggest movie stars. Some people would say he is the biggest movie star in the world.
The most popular movie film star in the world.
Hollywood legend.
Iconic people such as Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan. Go to the movies and applaud actors like Shah Rukh Khan.
तो दुनिया मानती है मैं
मालूम है कब से कह रहा हूं. आ रहा हूं. जल्दी मिलते हैं. पठान से. Ready.
डोंकी नहीं शाहरुख, डंकी.
कभी ये ख्याल आता है कि वन डे आपकी ये शोहरत किसी और के नाम होगी, किसी और का नाम सुर्खियों पे होगा, आपसे ज्यादा कामयाब होगा?
ऐसा होगा नहीं. I'll tell you honestly. हाँ, ऐसा बोल दूँ.
बोलो ना.
I'm the last of the stars.
You're the last of the stars. Last of the stars. Last of the stars.
Thank you so much. I must tell you, I got goosebumps watching it. And your reactions actually were really special to me as well. Because aaj savere, today till 5 a.m. I was making this video for you because this is pure Shah Rukh love that I wanted to share with all SRKians around here in this very ballroom. We're about to begin the evening. We obviously are very happy and excited that with 30 years of entertainment, it is just poetic justice that in 2023, we're going to get to see Mr. Shah Rukh Khan thrice, 3 big movies. And definitely we're going to shower him with all the love. But now, let's begin with the evening. It is surely going to be one extremely memorable one that you will remember. Today, the evening is divided in multiple parts. We'll get to it when we get to it. But right now, I'm here because we are here to honor Mr. Shah Rukh Khan with an iconic and the first ever award from Sharjah International Book Fair. But before we start, please put your hands together for the leading lady of Sharjah Book Authority, Miss Kaula Al-Mujani. She is going to be on the stage with us, the Director of Fairs and Festivals at the Sharjah Book Authority. With a degree in Communication and Media Studies from the University of Sharjah itself, Kaula has a strong marketing and project management background. Her skills in research, management, strategic planning are unparalleled. So please put your hands together once again for Miss Kaula. We're still waiting for her. Miss Kaula Al-Mujani, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to be the first one on the stage tonight from Sharjah Book Authority. In the meantime, I'll get myself photo session done. Before we get to the evening, we're going to see Mr. Shah Rukh Khan walk the ramp for you right here at Sharjah International Book Fair. at Sharjah International Book Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our very own King Khan, Shah Rukh Khan. All right, let's get started with the evening. Once again, I'll repeat. यार क्या कर रहे हो? NRI हो आप लोग? बैठो बैठो. थोड़ा तो impression हमारा भी यार. Come on, you can do better than that. Sit down. Of course, Mr. SRK is going to be right here with us on the stage. You'll get to see him. Don't you worry. Just a little bit here and there. Thoda. Wait. Just a little bit. All right, so let's get started with the evening now. Officially, let's begin. Ready? Are we ready? Yes, we are. With all our hearts and all our love for the very own Mr. King Khan. He just looked at me and I skipped a beat. Oh my God. All right, so we're going to start the evening now with inviting Miss Kaula Al-Mujaini once again on the stage. Please put your hands together for her, the Director of Fairs and Festival at the Sharjah Book Authority with a degree in Communication and Media Studies from the University of Sharjah. Kaula has a strong marketing and project management background and her skills are unparalleled. Miss Kaula Al-Mujaini, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you to the 41st Sharjah International Book Fair. Sharjah is home of art and culture. It is a place where creativity shines and innovation is valued. Here in Sharjah, we are keen to foster connections with art and artists, with authors and readers, and with people from all walks of life, cultures. And it also gives me a great pleasure to welcome you, Shah Rukh Khan, to Sharjah and to the 41st Sharjah International Book Fair. And to honor you with the Sharjah International Book Fair International Award for Cinema and Culture Narrative. I also extend a hearty welcome to Rasool Pokati, who, as you all know, won the Academy Award for Best Sound Mixing in 2009 for Slumdog Millionaire. Welcome to our beautiful emirate. It is an honor to host you both at the world's largest book fair tonight. We are eager to hear you speak and share your thoughts with us today. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please join me in welcoming Rasool Pokati and the one and only Shah Rukh Khan.
Thank you so much, Miss Kaula Al-Mujaini. Thank you so much. And now we're getting to the point where we are going to be very soon inviting Mr. Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, on the stage. But before that, it's time for us to invite another amazing personality. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming the man who made the vision of Sharjah International Book Fair a reality. Today, top of the world, guys. Today, top of the world. Please put your hands together for His Excellency, Mr. Ahmad bin Raqad Al Amiri, Chairman of Sharjah Book Authority and member of Sharjah Executive Council. His Excellency has been leading the Sharjah Book Authority for over a decade. Under his leadership, Sharjah International Book Fair has risen to become one of the largest book fair in the world, and we look forward to many more successful years in the future. Now, let's get to it. Are we ready? मेरी भी तो थोड़ी तारीफ कर दो यार, like, bro. Alrighty, so let's get to it. Tonight, we are here to present 2 awards. One award is the first ever Sharjah International Book Fair Award for International Icon of Cinema and Cultural Narrative. And the second is the SIBF, that is Sharjah International Book Fair Award for contribution in the advancement of cinematic arts sound design. I would be requesting His Excellency to present them both. Now, the first award is for his dedication and passion in the practice of art for sound design. The Sharjah International Book Fair Award for contribution in the advancement of cinematic arts sound design. The recipient of this award is an extraordinary sound designer, sound editor, and audio mixer from India. His name is synonymous with multiple awards from the BAFTA to the Oscars. A recipient of prestigious Padma Shri Award, which is the 4th highest civilian award of India, and the coveted National Film Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the musical magician, Dr. Rasool Pukuti. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Now, I'd like to request Mr. Rasool Pukuti to say a few words. You could come here.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and His Excellency Ahmad Al Amari and Mrs. Kaula, dearest Shah Rukh Khan, and the authority of the Sharjah Book Fair. You know, when in literature, when you read, an audience, a reader, doesn't demarcate images as visuals and sound. But when we deal with cinema, we demarcate it into images of sound and picture. An amalgamation of it makes a narrative, what we call a moving image. Thank you, an authority, a group of people, an authority who doesn't demarcate images into picture and sound, to recognize sound as a narrative. This recognition goes to my entire fraternity of technicians from Indian cinema who made me and who are the sole reason behind me standing here today. Dedicate this to all of you. Thank you and love you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rasool Pukuti, for joining us on the stage. And now, yes, now, the next award is for his invaluable contribution and service in the propagation of arts and culture. The Sharjah International Book Fair Award for International Icon of Cinema and Cultural Narrative. The recipient of this award is indeed a global icon. The man who doesn't need any introduction, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. A film producer, a television personality, co-owner of cricket team. He entertained us for 3 decades, and he is right here with us right now. Requesting His Excellency to present the award. Shah Rukh Khan, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that you all have been waiting for. Shah Rukh sir, we would like for you to stay on the stage. I would like to thank Your Excellency and Ms. Kaula for joining us on the stage. Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, ladies and gentlemen, request you to say a few words, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you, delegates. Thank you, Shruti, and thank you everyone here at Sharjah. Allah bless you all and God bless you. And I have a little longer speech than my friend Rasool, so I'll read it out so that I don't make any mistakes. Thank you, Ms. Hawla. And first of all, I'd like to thank His Excellency Ahmed Al-Amiri for bestowing this award upon me, and I had a few words with him backstage. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And inshallah, this book fair will become bigger than it is. I also want to thank His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al-Qasimi, member of the Supreme Council of the UAE, ruler of Sharjah, for bestowing this honor. And I'm always deeply grateful for the love and respect I have been shown in Sharjah every time I come here. When I first heard one of the two things can happen, that I finish my speech, then you speak, then I speak back with you, and we have a party afterwards. Let me do the proper thing, the intellectual thing that you're supposed to do at book fairs. Thank everyone, sound intelligent, for receiving this award, and then we can do the filmy thing that we guys know each other for. So when I was told that I was getting the Cultural Personality of the Year, which is recognized for their active contribution to the cultural scene, their productivity in the field of writing and creativity, or their role in government or social cultural activities. So I think I fall into the first category, where I'm my active contribution to cultural scene, since all I have been doing for the last few months is action sequences hanging from wires upside down in convoluted scenes of the Bollywood films that I participate in. Productivity in the field of creative writing is clearly out. I've been trying to finish my autobiography for the last 15 years, and I've only reached chapter 3. On a serious note though, art and culture do bind humanity. We all know that. As the world progresses, communication and technology enable both the confluence of ideas and their conflict. It is for all of us to choose which of the two defines who we are and molds the world we will inhabit in the future. In this choice, the role of art, creativity, and culture is pivotal. They have the capacity please, we'll make a little less noise. Everybody gets an opportunity here. They have the capacity to transcend differences and forge bonds based on shared experience and emotion. All of us, no matter where we live, what color we are, what religion we follow, or what songs we dance to, thrive in a culture of love, peace, and compassion. By taking us on visual journeys that remind us of that simple fact, cinema too contributes to the notion of shared humanity. Just like movies, events like the Sharjah International Book Fair are platforms for stories to be told to each other across barriers of nations and cultures. They enable us to remember what we have in common, and build on it in the hope of a better world. It is indeed my privilege that I'm here among such accomplished writers and creative minds. I have much to learn from your productivity in the field of writing, and hopefully I'll finish my autobiography faster or get on to chapter 4. I would like to dedicate this award to the bravest women I know, the acid attack survivors that one of our foundations, the Mir Foundation, works for. I know this award carries with it, thank you, it carries with it a grant. I have learned valuable lessons in forgiveness, courage, and compassion from all these ladies, and I hope that this award and the grant that comes with it enables them to build stronger future for themselves and for others who have suffered as they have. All in all, thank you very much. Now we can do the lungi dance. Thank you, Shruti, and thank you everyone present here. I've met some wonderful writers. I want to make a special mention before I still take on the stage further, that I came here because my friend Mr. Rasool Pukuti invited me and said that I should be here. This is an amazing festival. Thank you, Rasool. You were right in more ways than one. It is absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Hawla, for all your kindness. Thank you, Your Excellency. And one of my favorite writers and journalists is here, Faye D'Souza. So I'm so glad to have met you, and it's an honor to be here, a privilege to be here amongst all of you, and all you young writers, men and women. Thank you very much for having me here this evening. Thank you very much.
All right, sir, I will obviously request you to grace the stage for some more time. So once again, I'd like to then take this opportunity to thank Dr. Rasool Pukuti for giving the idea, and thank you so much, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, for accepting it. You know what, actually, I just want to make you a little bit jealous. आप वहाँ बैठे हो और आज मैं शाहरुख सर के साथ यहाँ हूँ. So I just wanted to tell you something very, very personal. I mean, it goes without saying, all of us are very big fans of you. And last week of October, last week of October, we were with a bunch of friends in Amsterdam. Every corner of Europe is Shah Rukh. We were so excited there that obviously on 2nd of November, it's your birthday, we decided to do something special for you. We made a video, we uploaded it on our Instagram. Of course, you might have not seen it. It's just a 20-second video. I didn't have any clue that 10 days later I could be standing on the same stage and could be asking you to watch that video. Dikha ke rahungi main. Yes? All right, could we have the video number 6, please? Cannot say enough. We love you, Shah Rukh. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shruti. God bless you. Please say thank you to your friends. And the best part about being a fan of mine or liking me is, with other actors, you have to work really hard to be like them. With me, all you need to do is... So, I think half the people become my fans. It's easier to be my fans. So thank you so much.
May I just actually get to do that there also, sir? Like, it is a dream come true, bro. All right, so now, moving on to the next segment. Ho gaya mera. I've done my part. All right, so now we're going to be moving on to the next segment of the show, which is the most exciting part because we are going to be in a candid conversation with Mr. Khan. So you can take your seat. I will obviously get to hear a lot more of you in some time. But before we get to it, I'm going to be inviting a very, very special lady here. This woman is a powerhouse of a woman. She is an Indian journalist, television news anchor, the former executive editor of Mirror Now, host of the uber popular show, The Urban Debate, winner of Redneck Award for the Journalist of the Year 2018. And abhi aapne suni liya, Shah Rukh sir ki favorite. Please put your hands together for Miss Faye D'Souza. Ma'am, the stage is all yours. I'm going to be taking your leave. I'll be off the stage and we'll enjoy the conversation from there.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Faye D'Souza.
So now that you've gotten that out of your system, we have about 10 minutes for a quick chat. And we were talking about a book that we've both read a little earlier, where it says that the difference between human beings and all other animals on earth is that we can tell stories. And we pass on those stories from generation to generation. And this is what this celebration is about, the joy of writing, the joy of reading and telling stories. You have changed culture in India by telling stories that has raised a generation. You taught us how to be gentle, how to be in love, and you taught us a togetherness. Going forward now, as you chart out the rest of your career, what stories are you hoping to tell?
Actually, you know, when you start your journey in any profession, mine got to be chosen to be storytelling. You really don't have a plan in your head. I'll be honest and very candid because I'm genuinely thrilled that Faye is speaking with me, and I would not try to put on any of the superstar intellect and convolute my answers. I'll keep it very simple, that I had no idea what story I want to tell. After 32 years of actively working day in and day out on cinema, I still believe that I should try to go back to that same stage where I was just excited by someone telling me, you have to do this. And I'm like, okay, let's go and do this. There was no specific story I want to tell. As a matter of fact, I feel that the kind of cinema I do is meant for everyone to enjoy and like and dislike, or not learn too much from it. I'm sorry, I won't make cinema more intense than that. I've always said, you know, messages are for the postal service. It's not for films. It should be entertaining. And I think a little bit of every actor's or creative person's personality creeps into the story you're telling. So I think there are 3-4 things I believe I am. I think I'm gentle, kind. I'm a little quirky. There's a lot of passion and a bit of madness. And it all will transcend into some of the roles that I've done. It could be a Devdas, it could be the killer in Bazigar, it could be the teacher in Dear Zindagi, it could be fan, the passionate mad person. So I think it creeps into my personality, or the story that I am learning from, or the story that I have experienced in my life. I think transcends to the audience, moves on to the audience through my eyes and actions and perhaps the way I essay a role. I would like to tell only those stories which a lot of people would like to hear, which does not make it populist, which does not make it that, oh, I'll just say the stories which people want to know. There are very many people in this world, and as many people as there are that many stories. So if I start off with, okay, I want to tell the story of every person in this room, I think I have to live another 150 years. I don't want to just tell my story. I want to tell the stories that people want to hear. So anything. When I was flying down here, I told my whole team that I saw John Wick's trailer. Guys, John Wick 4 is going to come out. So I wore a black suit. Today I want to be John Wick. So I've been childlike like that about telling the stories. And whatever story there is, you know, somebody comes up and say, tell the story of a flying man. Okay, I'll be Ravan. Tell me the story of a madman. Okay, I'll be Fan. Tell me a story of an alcoholic man, yeah, I'll be a Devdas. Tell me a story of a good man. I can be Rahul and Raj as many times as you tell me. So yeah, whatever story people want to hear, I'd like to tell that story.
You have 3 big films in the pipeline right now. After a long break, I know that your fans and your audience have desperately missed you. Does the release still make you nervous?
You know, people think I'm pompous if I answer it the way I would like to answer it honestly. But because I promised, because you're doing the interview, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I need to be nervous. I think they're going to be all super hit films. So that's, now, I would like to explain the lack of arrogance in this statement. That's the belief I sleep with. That's the belief I wake up with. That's the belief that makes me, at the age of 57, go and do stunts, jump, work 18 hours a day. Because if I did not have that belief that at the end of it all, I'm going to make a great product which lots of people are going to like, I would not be able to do it. So it's not an arrogant statement. This is what I believe as I sit here, that I'm not nervous. I think they're wonderful films. And it's a childlike belief that, look, I've prepared my best, I've done my best, I'm going to pass with flying colors. It's happened to lots of us, at least to me when I was a young kid. I remember acing my mathematics exam. I did very well. And I came back, and in the results, I got 3 out of 100. But I thought I'd really done well. Sometimes that happens with movies also. I do make a 0. Sometimes what I've put in comes to effort, comes to fore, and, you know, becomes a Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. So I don't know how to control it. I have to just believe it. And no, I'm not nervous at all. I'm actually very excited, if I may take my name in third person, to see Shah Rukh Khan on screen again.
Are you guys excited to see Shah Rukh Khan on screen again? I don't think he heard the chaps at the back. Are you excited? To see all 3 films? You've got, as was illustrated by our gorgeous MC, you've got fans right now all over the world. Does it get tiring, or do you love it?
I think it's the greatest feeling a human being can have, that people love you so much. I know lots of them like me for an X film, or a Y film, or a Z film. But sometimes when I meet all of them, when I can meet all of them, I sense that this love is a little beyond my work. This has crossed boundaries of, oh, we like him for having done this film. You know, there is a personal attachment to me. And here are people like say Shruti, or lots of them here, who I don't know by name, who may never have seen me live, who may never meet me, but there is this strange love and connection they have with me. And that connection, that love is what, so there are days when I'm very depressed, there are days when I'm very tired, there are days when I'm like everybody has days. And I just need to go outside my house and know there are 30, 40, 50 people who are loving me absolutely, without anything required in return. It is selfless. It is beautiful. It's nice. I know I have a lovely family. I spend time with them. But whenever I'm low, whenever I'm down, I just need to go out, and there's a sea of people, and I know, my God, this is good. I'm going to work harder. I'll be better. I'll make sure this happiness that they give me, I can give it back. So no, it never gets tiring at all. I mean, more the merrier, not for any commercial reason, but just so that I can touch everybody's life. I'm an entertainer. I would like to make everybody happy who's come in touch with me. I'm sure some of them have stood in queues, they've come here. I'm not being patronizing, but I'd like them to get back home and say, it was fun to see Shah Rukh Khan today.
May I ask you a slightly personal question? You've talked about your parents a lot and the fact that you lost them young. If you could today show your parents the world you have created and the love that you receive, what do you think they would say to you?
I think a mother would say first, तुम बहुत पतले हो गए हो, थोड़ा सा weight put on कर लो. I think that she'll say, "Kaisa tumhara muh ho gaya hai andar andar, tumhare kalle andar chale gaye hain," and all. So eat a little more. But I think my father and my mother both would be very proud. I think of my one achievement, if I may call it an achievement. I think it's our basic, I think it's something that we have to do. It's not an achievement, it's something we live by. I think they'll be proud of the way I've been able to bring up my 3 children. I think they'll be very happy.
I'm glad you brought up your children, because I wanted to ask you this. There are a lot of young people here. We saw them stand on the benches. They're waving right now. If you were to give all of these young people some advice that you also give your kids, what would that be?
I don't know, where are all the youngsters here? Okay, so sit down. I'll give them advice. I'll give them advice. Let me tell you, Faye, with my experience of life in entertainment, none of these youngsters are actually sitting here to hear you and me talk and give them advice. Honest truth. So I'll first give them what they want to hear. For all the youngsters here, अपनी कुर्सी की पेटी बांध लो, मौसम बिगड़ने वाला है. So they would like to hear a dialogue, they would like to hear a song, and I know this because I have children. You have a baby now, and you'll understand this soon. But the one advice I'd like to give all the youngsters is, if you can, in all the issues of life, keep an honest and gentle heart. An honest and gentle heart. There will be times when we'll have to cheat with life. There will be time when we'll have to cheat with our people around us. But in that one moment of weakness, if you can keep an honest and a gentle heart, you will have the greatest life that Allah and God has given you, Bhagwan has given you. It's an experience that I've gone through, living in a world which has lots of ups and downs. Lives are made and broken on Fridays. It's a very brittle space to be a star in Hindi films. It can go away, it can come back. There are a lot of brickbats and there are lovely bouquets. But I think the one thing that has held me in good stead, and I believe it will hold my children in good stead, hold an honest and a gentle heart. There is nothing needed to lead this life more successfully than these 2 qualities in your heart. That's what my advice would be.
I know that you've taken the trouble to jump on a flight to get here. You're jumping on a flight and getting back, but the UAE is really special to you. Can you tell us why the UAE is so special to you? Why is Sharjah so special?
You know, I was speaking to His Excellency backstage, and he was telling the relationship that UAE has with India started not yesterday or 5 years or 6 years. It didn't start because just of the book fair, or it didn't start because of the cricket that was happening in Sharjah at one time at a very high level. That was the only international cricket we watched. It's actually a lot of people from here, when I meet them, of at least my age, their parents have gone over to India. They have roots there. A lot of Indians has come back. So there is a multicultural existence for all of us here. I have lots of friends from India, and they work here, they make their lives, they're happy here. There's cleanliness here. There's outstanding. I'm a big fan of big and good roads. So I love the roads here. I love the buildings here. You know, whenever I'm driving in the world, I judge countries by the sizes of the roads. I'm like, oh my God, they still have 60 feet of road left to use after 10 years. So I get very impressed by roads. I think the development UAE has done over the years, and the happiness with which they have embraced all cultures. You know, they have been able to retain their culture, and they're not imposing that on anyone. They're allowing people to come from the rest of the world and bring their culture and make it a part of this genuinely metropolitan, international, global center kind of zone that they've created. I have a house here, so that's on the beach side. I don't do it, but I could run naked on the beach there. It's so private. And lovely restaurants for the kids. So many things to do. Beautiful bookstores, because we are at a booking fair. at a book fair, but normally I don't go to the bookstores here. I'd go and watch the movies. There's so many things to do. I think it's just one amazing, very advanced, culturally fantastic game place and happy place to be. And of course, sometimes do little work also, yeah. So it doesn't seem that we are not working. We are working also here, yeah.
Okay, I know that we have run out of time. Thank you so much for having this conversation with us.
Thank you, Faye.
Having this and spending time with us. One round of applause, everybody, for Mr. Shah Rukh Khan.
No, you're very kind. Thank you once again for doing this for me. I'm genuinely very thrilled to meet you, Faye. Inshallah, we'll meet again soon. Thank you so much. And thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Hala. Thank you, Rasool. And I don't know how inappropriate or appropriate this is at this international book fair, but I know the youngsters like to see me entertain them. And so, okay, I'll just say a few dialogues from my film so you feel at least you got to have some performance here. No dancing, because we have to keep the intellect level of the book fair high. Next time when I come, I'll come and do a dance also. So let me start with Bazigar. Bazigar. मैं जानता हूं कि तुम जानना चाहती हो कि मैं जानबूझकर रेस हार क्यों गया तुम्हारे लिए। अगर मैं रेस जीत जाता तो तुम्हारा दिल टूट जाता, और मैं तुम्हारी जैसी खूबसूरत हसीना का दिल कैसे तोड़ सकता हूं। शायद इसलिए किसी ने कहा है, कभी कभी कुछ जीतने के लिए कुछ हारना पड़ता है, और हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं। तेरी आंखों की नमकीन मस्तियां, तेरी हंसी की बेपरवाह गुस्ताखियां, तेरी जुल्फों की लहराती अंगड़ाइयां नहीं भूलूंगा मैं, जब तक है जान, जब तक है जान, जब तक है जान। टंग 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 टंग। डॉन का इंतजार तो 11 मुल्कों की पुलिस कर रही है सोनिया, पर डॉन को पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है। टंग 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 टंग। इतनी शिद्दत से मैंने तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने मुझे तुमसे मिलाने की साजिश की है। आज आप लोगों ने मुझे मेरी किस चीज से मिलाया?
शारजाह इंटरनेशनल बुक फेयर।
आज आप लोगों ने मुझे शारजाह इंटरनेशनल बुक फेयर से मिलाया। थैंक्स वेरी मच। कहते हैं अगर किसी चीज को पूरे दिल से चाहो तो सारी कायनात तुम्हें उससे मिलाने की साजिश में लग जाती है। So thank you very much, everyone, all the youngsters here. Thank you. Thank you, Faye. Thank you, all the organizers. Thank you, Rasool, for having me here.
क्या ज़माना आ गया है, सेल्फी आपके साथ हो रही है, मैं यहाँ इस तरफ खड़ी हुई हूँ। What is this?
Well, thank you very much. I'm very grateful for the award. I'm very grateful for His Excellency having me here as a guest. I'm very, very honored. I'm very privileged. But the most fun, I'd like to say, and I'm sure nobody here minds me saying that, was to be able to meet you all. So thank you for coming out here. I pray to God, if your parents, your children are always happy and healthy. If your children, I hope you keep your parents always happy and healthy. And all of you succeed in life and get whatever you wish for. Inshallah. Khuda Hafiz, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. Thank you for spending time with us, for entertaining us, for inspiring us, for teaching us how to love, how to live, and most importantly, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, thank you so much for being you. We love. Come on, guys, give a good goodbye. Taaliyon ke saath, let him know we are still charged, we are still excited, and very happy to be in this awesome company of Mr. Khan. Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Khan. Like I said, thank you so much for spending time with us. Thank you so much for inspiring us, entertaining us for 3 decades. We cannot wait for all the 3 movies that are going to release in the next year. We're so looking forward to Pathaan, to Jawan, and to Donkey. This is the megastar, Shah Rukh Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, put your hands together for the King Khan, Shah Rukh Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, the event is not over yet. We still have 2 folds remaining. We are going to be in conversation with Dr. Rasool Pukuti. And we are also going to have a book launch. I mean, we are at Sharjah International Book Fair. And it will be unfair if we do not launch any book and leave just like that. So kindly stay back. And we will get on with the evening. I would also request Ms. Faye D'Souza to be on the stage, please. All right, so with Ms. Faye D'Souza, now we are going to continue the candid conversation with Dr. Rasool Pukuti, who was the reason why Mr. Shah Rukh Khan also joined us tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Dr. Rasool Pukuti. Thank you. Nicely done there.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would take your seats, please. Dr. Pukuti, you have a book coming out, something that you've worked very hard on. Could you tell us a little bit about this book and how you translated audio onto the page for this book?
So the first book is basically on Mr. Bachchan, because in the very initial part of my career, when we was propagating the idea of live sound in Indian cinema, Bachchan sir is one of the person who actually been very, very helpful and very, very, taken the whole idea forward. One of the very initial superstar that I worked with, So I've been thinking, if you take 100 years of Indian cinema, 50 years belongs to this man, you know. There's nobody, I think, in the world has this kind of a record. Like 50 years of cinema is about his work, you know. So I thought, why not I pick up from the whole repertoire of his work, pick up 50 films. Rather, you know, in Indian cinema, we talk about dialogues, like what Shah Rukh has just done. You know, it's the oral text. So I picked up 50 best dialogues from Bachchan's film. So 50 films. And also I asked the Cartoon Association of India to do a caricature on each film and the role that he has played. Then I got a friend of mine who works as a archivist, you know. I got him to collect the memorabilia. Like in the olden times, they used to have glass slides shown in theaters and those kind of stuff. And we printed all this together, you know. We created each page and made a coffee table book that's called the Sounding of Amitabh Bachchan. So we have 50 years of his work, 50 faces, you know. And I also try to include in the olden times how we used to make posters. I found those artists who drew him. So it's a very interesting phase. The last film that I worked with was a film called Chehre. You know, if I took, I mean, the last page of the book is like there are two faces of him. One is Chehre and one is one of his very first film. And two faces as 50 years apart. You know, it's quite an amazing, you know, interesting journey.
Actually, for me, the interesting journey has been yours. Because I spent some time reading about your journey. And it's fascinating for any young person to, you know, to hear about this journey. You started off, you were born in a village in Kerala that had no electricity. And you went to win an Oscar for sound. That is an astounding, and at a very young age, you were very young when you won that Oscar.
Yeah.
What was it that was driving you?
I think I never had any fixed ideas about life, you know. When we grew up, we woke up to the sun and we went down with the sunset, you know. There was always in communion with nature, whatever we did, how we behaved. You know, there was a lot of union with the nature. That's how I grew up. A lot of things that I learned at those times is still inside me. And one of the things that I still remember now is most of it is sound, you know. And it's very accidental that I end up doing sound, learning sound. I wanted to be a physicist. I thought I will invent a superconductive element and win a Nobel Prize for India. That was my ambition. And I become a sound man, won an Oscar. You know, it's man proposes, God disposes, you know. So I don't look at my life as anything special, you know. You talked about not having electricity, but I think, you know, 60% of India is still in the same, you know, because you go to villages of India, you still have the same situations, similar situations maybe. So I don't want to glorify how I came, where I came from. You know, what all that mattered was my education gave me certain conviction, and I went with those convictions, and I think that's what mattered.
You are now going to do your first directorial debut. It's a really big deal. I'm very excited about it. Can you tell us a little bit about the story that you're going to tell?
It's a big deal, but at the same time, I am, you know, I am most nervous because I'm going to get exposed. You know, now you can say, oh, this only this much. This guy won an Oscar and all that, but this is what he is. You know, you can judge me, but I am willing to take that plunge. I am willing to be accepted. I am willing to be thrown stones at, because I feel filmmaking is about brave people. You know, it's about not sitting in the comfort zone. You know, the stage I am in right now with my career and the work that I do, work comes to me. Now when you start making a film, you are actually taking the work that you're living with to people and trying to, you know, inspire them so that they'll come and work with you. It's a very different ball game, but I'm enjoying it.
You did tell me a little earlier that there's something, a bit of a kinship or a brotherhood between you and Shah Rukh Khan, that maybe even Shah Rukh Khan doesn't know that story. Tell us that story. On that night that you won the Oscar, that one thing, that one pinch of regret that you had, what was it?
Oh, I have the regret all through my life. It's not just on that moment. You know, when we finished film school and came to Mumbai, we looked at people who were working in the film industry, Hindi film industry. We didn't think much of them, or the kind of films that we made was anything that we could talk about. So I never thought any big about Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan or anybody like that. Except one day I read an article, an interview of Shah Rukh in Tehelka, and that completely changed my perspective towards him. And in that interview he talked about, I have all this, adulations and love from people, big star, people call me king of Bollywood, people call me Badshah of Bollywood. But at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, when I stand in front of the mirror, I feel I am alone. I feel that my mother is not there with me. So when I did Black, and that was the first film where sound was accepted in Indian cinema as a production value, I felt very jealous of Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Only for one thing, because wherever we went for awards, he took his mother with him. When Rahman came for Oscars, he had his mother with him. I didn't have my mother. And so not having her with me, not having been able to show the success the so-called success, that she's not there with me, and because she's the one who believed in me. So that's a hinge. So I feel very, very common with SRK on that note.
Even though you won that Oscar at such a young age, you have constantly found new challenges for yourself. You came into the industry saying you will change the way sound is recorded in Bollywood, which you did, to be fair. What is next? What are you changing next?
Yeah, so when you are young, you are reckless, so you kept saying things like that. If you ask me the same question now, I won't probably say the same answer. What is next? I don't know. I never planned my career. I never planned. I'm making this film that's important for me right now. And I have other films in my mind. And I have a film that is based on my life, one small incident from my life. I want to turn it into a film. I want our culture to be celebrated. I want our storytelling to be celebrated. And when that is celebrated across the globe, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, irrespective of, like I said, when you read, you don't define images as light and sound, But when it comes to film, you read it, you reread it as light and sound. And I want to look at an audience where, images are not discriminated.
When you look at the stories that we're telling right now, whether it's in Hindi films, mainstream, there's a lot of great content coming from the South. OTT platforms have so much room at this point. Do you believe that we are living our potential as a culture in terms of storytelling?
See, the problem is why regional films are so strong, so good in making their story, because the regional literature is strong. Every regional film that is being made are coming from as an extension of literary writing. How many Hindi films are based on Hindi literature? When we started forgetting the literature that we are born with, or the writing that should be stemmed from, when we moved away from it, our storytelling started falling. That's what happened to Hindi cinema.
There's a lot of book writing that happens now with the purpose of selling the rights to a film. Is that also the wrong way to go about it?
I mean, there's nothing wrong in being ambitious about that your work going to be celebrated in other mediums. But I'm saying, if it doesn't have the core, the literary core, it doesn't work. It doesn't translate. It's about being universal. The more national you become, the more universal you become.
After that one big night at the Oscars for us, we haven't had others. Do you think India will, a fully made Indian film, made entirely by a team from here, can win?
We had chances of having to have reached at that stage, but we always missed it because of wrong judgments that we make always. Probably RRR could have been, at one level. Probably Lunchbox could have been at one level. Lagan could have been, if we were a little more smart with it, a little more intelligent about our films. And I don't think we should aspire about Oscar being as a judgment, Oscar is for American cinema. Of course, unless and until we start celebrating original work, I don't think we will reach anywhere.
I want to wish you very good luck for your books and for your films, but I know that you're going to keep surprising us. Do you believe also that as far as people entering the industry now for technical positions, there's a lot more respect and a lot more, you know, resources available for people in, say, sound, in graphics, in effects, and things like that, than they were maybe when you were starting out?
See, it's only in South India, when you see a Santosh Shivan's name on the screen, people start clapping. Or a Venu's name, or a Ravi Kashandar's name, or, so for example, now when they see my name, they'll clap. Which means, you know, literacy is a huge factor. I'm saying literacy of the letters and of the visual medium is a huge factor in recognizing potential of people. Who is the right man behind, or who is the person who is behind creating something? That literacy is lacking in the rest of India. And I'm hoping towards, you know, now people like us, when we get into filmmaking, when we start talking about it, like when technicians get being recognized, I think the literacy slowly comes up. I mean, in last 10 years, what Indian cinema has gone through is phenomenally good.
Rachel, thank you so much for having this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Dr. Sahab. Thank you so much, Fair D'Souza ji. It is our pleasure to have you here today, and the conversations are always enriching for everyone to listen to. And now, like I said, we are at Sharjah International Book Fair, and it would be simply unfair to not launch a couple of books here and there. That rhymed also. All right, so before we get to the book launch, we've got two very amazing, beautiful books for you to read. One is a coffee table book. The other is a memoir, which is going to give you a chance to learn so much from the journey of none other than Dr. Rasool Pukuti. So we'll get to that, but before this, I'd like to invite Mr. Ravi DC from DC Books on the stage. I'd like to invite Mr. Ravi DC. Mr. Ravi is running like Shah Rukh Khan. Can you see him? Please put your hands together for Dr. Ravi. Right here with us of DC Books, publisher of both the books that we are about to launch here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Now today, the first book that we are going to launch is a book edited by our very own Dr. Rasool Pukuti, titled Sounding Off, Amitabh Bachchan. Is a gorgeous coffee table book, like I said, is published by DC Books, which has a lot of unseen pictures of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan and some unknown facts and stories for you to cherish. I would request Dr. Rasool to say something as they launch the book. There, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the book, Sounding Off, Amitabh Bachchan, a fantastic coffee table book which you would definitely love to have in your collection. And of course, we would request Dr. Rasool to also share a few words about the book, tell us more about the book, once we also launch the second one. Now, the second book here is titled Shabda Tarapadam. It's a book published by DC Books on a musical magician, like I said, Dr. Rasool Pukuti. It's a memoir of his journey from starting off as a sound designer to winning the Oscars. It's plenty inspiration packed in one for you to pick it up every time you're feeling down. Thank you so much once again. And now I would request Dr. Rasool finally to speak a few words about both the books. What do we see in the first book, which is Sounding Off, and the second book, which is your own Shabd Tara Padam? In the meantime, I'd like to also thank Ms. Faye D'Souza and Mr. Ravi for being on the stage. It was a pleasure once again to have you here.
Actually, nothing much to talk about. Like I said, already said, this book is actually a collection of sound in print, you know, of Mr. Bachchan's work, interpreted through the entire cartoonists of India, also some of the unknown, unseen, never seen, memorably of his films.
Oh, wow.
And 50 best dialogues from his films, all put together as a collection of coffee table book, that's what. And the front page, the cover of the book is actually done by, in the olden times, we used to make posters. We used to paint posters.
Yes,
we never used to print it.
Okay.
So that's actually a very beautiful art, you know. It is only typical of Indian cinema that you had an artist painting the main poster. So one of the artists who used to do that is still alive. He's 85 years old.
Wow.
Who has actually done Sanjeer and Diwar and all those posters, you know. So I got him to draw one of Bachchan's faces from those films.
Is this from Coolie or Diwar?
This is from yeah, I mean one of those, Diwar or Sanjeer, I think. And yeah, this is Sanjeer. This is a pencil sketch done by him.
Okay.
So I also wanted to celebrate the allied art that was along with the cinema narrative.
Right. Fantastic. So this is just the perfect collectible for any fan there who is a Mr. Bachchan's fan, would love to have this in their collection because it's unique and has some unique elements in it.
So this is the second edition of my book, Shabd Tara Padam. First edition was brought out by Penguin, and that won the Bharat Sahitya Academy Award that year as the best book of the year. And it was in oblivion for various reasons because of the publishers. So now DC Books has taken it and they're coming out with the second edition. So I'm very happy. So it'll reach people now.
Right.
And I'm hoping.
Definitely looking forward to it. You can read it, get inspired, and get success in your life as well. It's certainly going to be an inspiring story to read from your journey of reaching the Oscars. We can obviously make at least a little bit for ourselves as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. On that note, I would like to thank you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Dr. Rasool Pukutti right here with us with the two most amazing books that we launched tonight right here at Sharjah International Book Fair. Once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
It was a joyride with Mr. Shah Rukh Khan right until the end of the session, which is with the book launches. It was awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for gracing your presence and giving us the company. And with that, we will take your leave. You keep reading, keep coming to Sharjah International Book Fair. Until next time, good night. God bless.